Greetings everyone and welcome back to Stellaris, where the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is we're going to be working on renaming a ship. We've got a science ship here that needs to be renamed, and let's see, have we got any science ships available? I believe we do. We have got the J. Foster. There we are, and the J. Foster is going to need a scientist, so we might as well hire one of those as well. Only dapplings. Well, scallywags. Spark of Genius, research speed plus 10%. That actually might not be too bad, though, since I want this science ship mostly out there looking and surveying, we're going to go with the surveying speed bonus, so a VK. And VK shall not be VK for very long. VK shall be... Ooh. Bit of a ominous name there, Zinch. There we go. The scientist Zinch shall be captaining the Vicar. Sorry, the J. Foster. No, Zinch is, well, maybe you could actually argue that Vicar was the dappling, and Zinch is more or less captaining the dappling now because of the well, you could think of it like that if you wanted to, but mostly it's just me tripping over my words. Right, okay, I would like you out here then, taking a look at a couple of these systems, if you would please be so kind. Can we not get... Oh, that's already been surveyed, that's why we can't do that one. My bad. Let's have a quick look into these systems then. We've got a couple of things going on. We are currently in the process of getting out there and trying to claim 2 separate worlds. That being said, I'm very concerned about this. Specifically our fleet strength. Now, thank you very much for all of the advice in the comments. And I do want to actually, before we unpause, I do want to just address one thing. I welcome any feedback. Obviously, I prefer it if it's delivered in a polite way. There's certainly a wrong way to offer critique. But thank you everyone who said that choosing Mastery of Nature was the wrong thing to do there. I had my doubts, as I mentioned in the episode itself, that taking this at that point was a waste. Maybe as the first Ascension perk, it would have been okay. A lot of people pointed out that it would have saved a lot of research over time. And as a machine race, I will benefit from it a little bit more because as an organic race, you tend to kind of focus on, for example, the Dapplings would have focused on desert worlds. So really, I could have ignored things for like tundra worlds. But as we are synthetic, we have 100% habitability. Any planet is viable for us. That being said, there were other options. Certainly, I was swaying between the increased research or the Mastery of Nature, and the increased research would have been the better long-term option. But I'd received so much feedback when I initially passed over Mastery of Nature that I felt that it behooved me to give it a shot, to give it a try, but it seems that there are an equal amount of people who felt that that was probably the right choice in the beginning. It's a shame they didn't speak out in the comments, and that's the thing, is I can only respond to the things that I'm aware of. I am not telepathic. I am ashamed to admit it. We are synthetics. We will never be able to go down that particular ascension path. More's the pity, really, because telepathic machines just seems even more amazing. But that being said, we do need to build on our current army quite badly, actually. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build an engineering bay, because that's going to make our ships in orbit repair faster, and also permanently reduce by 5% their upkeep. Then we will get the umbilicals, possibly. That means while in orbit, they're even cheaper to maintain. Or we could perhaps get Corvette build speed. It would be nice to be able to build our Corvettes a little bit faster, honestly. I mean, we're not using these for anything else just yet, so... Sure, I'm actually going to go for the build speed, because ultimately, I would very much like to start really throwing these things out there. I want a lot of them being made. So we're going to start buffing our military very aggressively through this episode. That's going to be the focus, hopefully. I mean, you know me, I'll get distracted. Let's just be honest with ourselves. But I'll try not to be as much as I can. That's the fairest I can say. Now, what are we researching at the moment?
Planetary settlement procedure initiated. Construction
complete. Fantastic. Now, Fulaz Prime has been is beginning to be colonized. So we're going to go ahead and rename Fulaz Prime. Let's go and see what the next planet name on the list is. Sorry for scrolling away. It's just whenever I move my mouse off my screen. Right, planet name. You shall be Wolf. What a fine sounding name. And now that we have Wolf being colonized, can I rename Fulaz? Yes, I can. Marvelous. We don't have as many star names. Oh, this is a fantastic one. Ubuntu. I approve. I might even just add in all of the other distros. Well, some of the other distros aligned. I would be there for a million years if I tried to do it, all of them. But some of the distributions of Linux for the other star names, I like that a lot, actually. That was very clever. Well done, you. Would be nice to get rid of this, though. Now that we have that there, perhaps we can afford to. We would lose these two stations for the time being until things kind of expanded out. I think, yes, we're going to get rid of that. Now, what might happen is, yeah. Oh, Serenity was unable to build a research station in Russia. Resources have been refunded. Oh. Okay, oops.
System survey
we actually lost quite a lot of things there. A lot more than I was expecting, honestly. That is a little bit of a pain. Now, hopefully these stations are still there if they have been built. Nope, nothing there. What about over here? Because I know I had these two. Yeah, they're just currently not active. Our borders will continue to expand and close the gap, though. So that's the main thing for us to bear in mind.
Complete.
Right, we have got what? The Scarab has completed the construction queue. Well done, Scarab. Now, have we got someone helping all of our current facilities? You're in Canopus, you're in Paradox, you're... actually, I'm not sure we have someone helping out with all research. What are you currently doing? You are assisting research. Good. Let's go have a look. Morovia, have you got someone assisting research? You're assisting research, but you've got another order beside. Okay, well, let's act. What on earth are you going to do? That's curious. I'm just going to tell you to enter orbit and then assist research. Thank you. Right, so Midos is the next one. Midos does not have a science ship helping it out right now. So I'm going to say my lowest levels, go and help out with this. It's going to be a bigger help for me than you being out there surveying, frankly. What about Plumeropolis? Have you got anyone researching? No, you do not. Okay, I might have a look into that. Plumeropolis is fairly... it's not particularly well developed yet, though. So I don't mind that one, if I'm perfectly honest. Let's swap you guys around. I think you'll be a little bit better at this location. I'd like another pop here, though. Let's see about building a Unity. Let's get you going right there, please and thank you. That'll be wonderful. Let's have a look at the others. How's Aavak doing for population? Aavak is doing actually fine. What about Midos then? We can actually upgrade this. Yes, please. And also upgrade that while we're there. That one will be built in a little while, so let's get this one going as well. As for the rest, let's pop down another population. Yeah, go for that. It's going to be a little while before Aavak is ready to build more. Actually, on that note, I really should start making sure that we've got as many planets with space stations as we can, because that's going to increase our naval capacity.
Successful.
There we go. We've got machine modification points. Ooh, fantastic. We're going to be creating a new template then. These advanced motivators are both smaller and lighter than the previous versions, allowing robotic units to allocate additional space for subsystems. I am extremely happy with this. Now, we definitely want torpedoes, because ultimately I want to have torpedo destroyers. So we'll get to work on that one straight away. That's a no-brainer. But as for species... let's go and have a look at you. Now, there's one point there. Removing you. How much would that cost? You cost 2 points. I could restore bulky. No, that kind of goes against the whole idea of the Unity Micro. Let's get a new template then. We could simply remove this. So the robot would cost only 100 minerals to make. Alternatively, I could remove bulky for 1 point and then buy something that only costs 1 point. Robot build speed, leader experience gain, better at gathering minerals, reduced upkeep, better at gathering energy, better at being resettled, consumer goods reduction, or ruler opinion impact. Emotion emulators. I like this one. Complex social predictive models help autonomous units not only emulate appropriate emotions, but to elicit favorable responses from organics and synthetics alike. Now, if I make this, will I actually get the benefit? Because my governor, I suppose as long as one governor was, I'm not sure. Would this help if I didn't have a leader with it? Like if I just had a regular pop with this particular type of modification to it, would that count for my entire empire? Or would I need a leader with it? Or do I need the leader of the unity to have it? That's actually a pretty interesting one. I'm not sure. I mean, I like the idea of the unity being very helpful and pleasant and having a very dapper demeanor as they march the people into the forced cyborg modification stations. There's no reason why we need to be mean about this. In fact, that's not our objective. We're not doing this to the organics because we hate them or that we just think they should be purged. We're doing this because it's the best thing for them. They don't understand it, and that's okay. They don't need to understand it. That's our job. We're the ones who need to make the decisions for them. And once they're part of us, then they can make the decisions as well because they will be part of us. We'll all be the same thing, and we'll be happy about it. So yes, we're going to take that. I know. Shush. I just like the idea of, death being served with a smile. It's just, you don't have to be jerks about it. Right, okay, unity what, though? We'll keep the plural in the adjective, but what should we call this particular one? Ooh, I know. We're going to a bit of a throwback to a First Taste miniseries I did a little while ago. We're gonna create the Unity Jack, or perhaps the Uncle Jack of the Unity. How could they refuse to come on board with us if we have Uncle Jack in the Unity? No one's going to be able to say no to Uncle Jack. Uncle Jack brings joy to everyone. We're going to start broadcasting propaganda with Unity Jacks all across the universe. People will join us. It'll be fine. They'll do it willingly. Oh, it's a great idea. This is the best idea I've ever had. Would I be able to change you in any way? I just don't know. I don't know. Unity Micro. Let's have a look at that again. Let's go back to the demographics. Alright, we can have a look at all of these things. Do I have any particular advantage that we're getting? No, I don't think so. We're going to need to get some of this population into the general area. Now, what I could do is as we create better and better units, I could actually start changing the rights. I wonder, for example, right now we've got full military service, colonization allowed, population controls enabled, migration controls, yeah, that's all fine. Can I change these rights in any way? I could just take the regular Unity out of that. In fact, I'm thinking that might be a good idea. Let's create another template as well. And again, we're going to take away bulky, but instead we're going to be taking on leader experience gain. Though that would be truly amazing to have alongside the Unity Jacks. Actually, no, we're going to cancel that idea. But later on, when we've got enough points to just get rid of that and take another point as well, so we'd need 3 modification points in total, I would imagine, then we could give them extra leadership experience gain, and then the Unity Jack will be the de facto leader unit that we'll take. That seems very, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. For now, though, I don't see any reason why you should be in military service. So no military service for you. Can I turn that off? Not possible due to this species are our Empire's dominant species. Oh, species must be machine. Ah. Okay, so we kind of want the Unity Jacks to replace them as the dominant unit. Okay, we can make this happen, I think. Not there we can't, but we can certainly have a look elsewhere. Sure, let's start popping them down. So build another Unity Jack unit there. Again, I'm being distracted from building ships. Aavak is bad. Aavak will get better. Aavak promises. Right, we could... I think minerals are going to be the next big thing for us. And how many would it take there? Yeah, that isn't a bad choice. Honestly, I think getting as many minerals going as possible is going to be good for us because that's going to make everything a little bit easier. Right, system conflicts. This building will allow us to produce even more Unity. A massive hub facility that receives and forwards signals across interstellar distances from millions of different systems. Marvelous. What can we get next? We can Empire leader capacity, leader recruitment cost reduced, maximum influence from factions increased. Naval capacity, that might not be terribly bad. We could go for a short range weapon. You know what? Sure, let's just get that out of the queue. If for no other reason. Right, okay. Let's allow a little bit more time. Aavak is now producing more ships, which is grand. There we are. Science Sinch has leveled up. Well done, Sinch.
Construction complete.
And we have finished the construction of all of our ships. Perfect. We could make another scientist, perhaps. I mean, it would be useful, but I think we're doing okay for the time being. I just want more and more corvettes. We really need to flesh out this army.
System survey.
Just keep that going for now. Thank you. As long as my ships are still doing things. The next time I get a science vessel that hasn't got any other particular job to do, I'm going to pull it back.
System survey complete.
Let's finish this construction queue. Okay, well that's fine. We'll allow some of my minerals to build up first. That being said, Midos. I mean, it would be very, very useful for me to upgrade this. I'm going to build a solar panel there. I'm going to build a solar panel here. We're just going to increase this. This is something that I want on all of my worlds, basically. Solar panels. Let's make sure that we're getting a decent amount of energy credits coming in. Okay, with that, we've got a lot of money there. Even though we're currently settling 2 new worlds, I think it's time for us to make contact with one of our friends, the Trade Enclave. There we are. Let's communicate. We're interested in strategic resources. Riggin spice is our most prized commodity. It is renowned throughout the galaxy for its distinct flavor, which is unlike any other. We sell it only to our most valued trading partners, among which we count the Lost Moon Unification. If you can meet our modest price, we are willing to export Riggin spice to you for a period of 10 standard years. What is Riggin spice? Riggin... opinion is plus 20, Riggin spice. It just grants happiness. We don't actually care for that. We're interested in something else. I'd like to trade for minerals, please. In fact, I'd like to trade a lot for minerals. Let's go for a lot of minerals there. That's fantastic. Okay. Good times are these. I want many, 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 many more corvettes. Just go ahead and build all of those for now. And while you're doing that, I want all of my spaceports upgraded. Let's get them all upgraded as far as we can. There we go. Now, yes, that isn't grand. We've just used a lot of that on just upgrading our spaceports, but it's going to mean that all of our spaceports can have things like, well, actually, do I care for that? Each upgrade does increase naval capacity, I believe. But you know what? Until I'm actually making use of it for building ships, let's just keep it to what we need it for. I mean, obviously, the other thing is when you upgrade it, you can also it becomes stronger as a whole. But I definitely do want that here because I want you to be able to make me ships. Okay, we have research torpedoes. Oh, fantastic. These torpedoes are essentially very large, slow-moving missiles. They are equipped with a more powerful warhead and shield modulators that let them slip unmolested through energy screens. I like it. We could go for more torpedoes even. Or we could even go for better... Ooh, yeah, destroyer assembly yards would be nice. since we're going to be looking at those shortly. That being said, better missiles is always good, since that's going to be the primary weapon of our species for now. So yeah, we're going to go for missiles. And, okay, now, it was very, the firm favorite was supremacy. People wanted us to see us building our fleets, and that's why there's such a focus on building fleets at the moment as well. So we're going to go ahead and take supremacy. This is going to increase our border range by 20%. And the next one that we're going to be able to go for then is perhaps even reduce the seed planet war demand, or just make ship build speed even better, naval capacity even better. Admiral level cap would be a nice one, so those three were probably going to be the first ones I go for. This one is beautiful, but I think we're going to be waiting on that one. It's 53 months until we get all of that done. Right, Avakis. Let's actually have a look. Can I upgrade this? I can. Let's get that going. Speaking about Unity, we might as well do that. Do I not have that here? Ah, right. I need this to be upgraded first. Fair enough. That seems completely fair. That is currently queued after this is finished. Very well. And what do we have here? Well, not a lot right now. We're going to need 10 pops here. Let's move you up there. I would like down here a Unity Jack. Let's get some more Unity Jacks into the world, please and thank you. And also, let's actually build something here that's going to make use of this. Let's see. We could go for... The energy grid is super useful. Produces 2 energy. We'll build that on one of the food tiles. In fact, that food tile would be a good one for it. So let's build the energy grid right there. And we're going to... Well, you're going to have to just sit there for now. But down here, we want probably a mine. Mineral silo wouldn't be too bad, but only if it was surrounded by other things that were mining, which it's not. So it's going to be a mining network there. Yeah, we'll lose the energy that we're getting there. Over here, we can build a power plant, which I think is fine. Sure, go for it. There we are. Now, Midos is a ways out from being ready to make use of its spaceport. It's going to take us a little while, but Avakis is doing quite well. It's got a lot of corvettes going up. Let's go ahead and have a look at designing a new ship, shall we? So, we've got you. You're currently equipped for intermediate combat computer. Have we got anything we can put down here? We can just give you more reactors, which isn't going to be that useful for us right now. Though, no, we've still only got those fusion missiles. Okay, destroyer it's going to be then. I'm going to make it a just brand new design. So I prefer to make new designs from the get-go. Right, tracking is +12, chance to evade +2. Good. All of these are very basic. Right, we can have 1 large weapon slot, 1 medium. Can we not have torpedoes here? I thought we could have torpedo... Huh, I thought you could have torpedo destroyers. Maybe you can't. Can you have torpedo corvettes? You can! Right, it's torpedo corvettes. I thought the destroyers were the ones that had torpedoes. Okay, right, torpedo there, obviously, because torpedoes. To give you an idea, the comparison between these... This is 9 to 14. This is 120 to 215. Average damage is 8.03. The average damage here is 2.64. Range, the torpedo is just a little bit lower. It has no tracking capacity, so, you know, if you miss, you miss. It's a little bit stronger, but slower as well. Ignores 50% of armor and 100% shield penetration. Just go straight through them, which is glorious. Of course, we'll use this simply because we can, and we'll get down some power there as well. And that gives us, you know, a little bit of a bonus. Combat speed is increased. Damage, slightly increased. But that's fine. Right, we want another name for this one then. We are going to have to scroll up the ship names list to find corvettes. Oh, I like this one. What's in Nante? I approve. I approve of all of the sci-fi references that are being put into the comments. Well played, everyone, frankly. So we'll build a Rocinante very soon, but we are going to design a new destroyer as well. Currently, we could go for 1 large slot or... let's have a look. What have we got? We've got 1 medium or 2 smalls. I actually like just having more weapons, but let's have a look at what this would be. We already know what the small is, so it's 9 to 14, 16 to 30, a little bit further range. And then the large is 37 to 57. I mean, it might be nice to have one large missile which has a much larger engagement range. And it also ignores 50% of armor. Yeah, alright, we'll go with that. I mean, there's no other weapons that we can put on it presently. But that'll do for now. Again, we'll have crystal forge plating. It's not going to do a great deal, but it does add an extra 80 hull points. And the thing to remember about the types of defenses, you've got armor, you've got shields, and you have hull. Now, EVE players, everyone knows that only real men hull tank, and they also know that hull tanking is ridiculously stupid. But in this game, there is something to be said about it, because there's such a prevalence of weapons that can either bypass shields or ignore armor. The way that armor works is at a certain amount of armor, you will mitigate, for example, right now, 14%. 14% of all damage coming in is ignored. So, you know, the damage that we're taking is 14% lower than normal. If we increase our armor, that would be even lower. But there's a point where you can't get it any better. You get diminishing returns on the more armor you add. At some point, you're just going to be taking a decent amount of damage, especially with the end game weapons. Early game armor is a little bit more useful because the amounts of damage you're taking are already small, so you're dealing with a decent part of that. But later on, even at 10% of like one of the end game weapons is enough to just wipe out a corvette. Shields will reflect the damage. They'll take the entire damage as the shield, but the shield hit points will drop. And once it drops to a certain point, it takes time to come up. But shields are constantly regenerating through the combat. You can get technology which will regenerate your armor, I believe, but it's difficult technology to get. Hull points, though, there are weapons that can go through shields. There are weapons that can ignore armor, as you've seen. There's nothing that can ignore hull. So if you simply go the route of, I just want all of the hit points, damn armor, forget about shields, I'm just going to make a ship that is so impossibly gigantic, it'll take you years to destroy it. That is a completely valid tactic because, again, if you rely on shields as your main defense and someone just comes along with a weapon that can go through them, well, you're boned. But if you were relying on hull the whole time, yeah, you're always going to be a little bit behind the curve, but you will never be hard countered by anything, and that's an attractive option, I've got to be honest. Let's pop these in there and just see what we get. That's decent, actually. 1.5 combat speed, a decent amount of damage output, sure. And this one will be called the Kraken. There we go. And a save. There we are. We've got our own. Actually, was that exactly the same? It was almost exactly the same, but there we go. Voltaic Warrior, goodbye. We are going with the Kraken. I like it. Right, Avakis, could you please cancel a lot of the Del Kuros 3 class corvettes and start making me a bunch of the Rocinante corvettes? They're only a little bit more expensive, actually, as well, which is particularly nice, I must say. Alright, there we go. Our borders have expanded quite nicely. It's not an amazing planet, but, you know, it is a decent little world. Maybe. I'm going to wait for these ones to be finished first. Let's try and rein in our expansion. It's very easy for me to build wide, unfortunately. Very easy. Alright, mining stations are complete. Thank you. Ooh, lots of things. Spaceports, very nice. We've now got 41 currently. Mining station built there. Okay. Right, we've got a lot of things we can build right now. We've only got 2 more to build there. Okay, I'm going to let that happen. How are we doing in here? Good, we've started work there, and we will upgrade the Unity as soon as that's done. Probably by the time that that's done, we'll be able to build a science lab down here, I'm thinking. What other things can we build, though? Is there anything else? Animal evaluation laboratory, we've already got one of those. By that time, I'm not sure on that one, because this one's got to wait for that one entirely to be built first. So I'm going to hold off on that. I will hold off on that one, but we will start clearing some of the blockers, certainly. Clear that blocker for me. Let's have a look at the other planets. In fact, let's allow time to pass, but just slowly. I dislike pausing all the time. I am sorry. It's a bit of a crutch, and I'm trying to get out of that habit. I will get there eventually. Right, you're going to be finished soon, so we can't build that yet. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, well, what we can do is over on here, we can build a spare parts depot, and up here, I'm going to move you across there, because you're very soon going to be finished there. I'm going to move you up here, as you will very soon be finished as well.
Surface variable detected.
A small space station of some kind has been built in a stable orbit around this asteroid. It appears deserted. Very well, then research it. I would like an uplink node there, please. And further to that, I would like a new population of Unity Jacks being built. Please and thank you. Midos, do you actually have any of that? You don't yet have any of them. Okay, you're going to be building for a long time, actually, so there's no point in worrying about that one too much. All right, what have we got there? That's fine. The space whales, that's completely okay. The spaceport of Aavak is finished construction queue. Really? My God, Avakis. That's fantastic. I approve enormously. Okay, merge these fleets. Thank you. We've now got 1,178. Hooray! We're starting to get a little bit stronger. All right. Well, we're going to need a little bit more time to pass, I think. And we'll see how things are going. Ooh, research is complete. Oops, sorry. And automated mining base. We have detected an automated mining base built in close orbit around asteroid AZ-1112. There are large chunks of hull missing. Actually, it's not AZ-1112. It's AZ-11-12 or AZ-TAC-11-TAC-12. The jagged holes indicative of heavy weapons damage. The station is beyond repair, but salvaging it will provide us with valuable materials. Excellent. Wow, we gained a bunch of minerals. That is amazing. We've finished the energy siphon. Adapting the Tianaki method of siphoning energy from gaseous matter, it is possible to construct a weapon draining energy from enemy ships. Does it actually drain energy, though? Leader lifespan plus 10 years. We're already immortal for all intents and purposes. We could increase our core sectors. We could cheaper war demands. That's nice. There's food output. Useless to us. Unity assembly plant. Now, the thing is, this would go down the biology path and might be useful to us since it would give us the options of modifying our cyborgs, I believe. That being said, robot build speed would be increased, and this produces a lot more Unity, the unit assembly plant. This AI supervised factory greatly speeds up the process of assembling new machine units on this world. So, even though the main benefit there is building robots on a world where you've entirely colonized it already, that's not useful. But the Unity is, and anything that gives me Unity is something I'm going to be going for. 50 months, mind you. That's a long, long bloody time. We need to increase that quite badly. Oh well.
System survey complete.
Thank you. And Avakis is ready to build more ships, I feel. So, go ahead. Let's actually get some Krakens here, though. So, 1, 2, yeah, just go ahead, get 4 Krakens. And then we'll build some more Rocinante as well. We want to get the numbers up quite nice and high. Right. Okay, so let's have a look at you guys. You can probably already build me all the mining stations I could possibly want. Good. And could go to Ubuntu. We don't want to grab that one. I'm going to specifically build the mining stations in here carefully so that we don't put any mining stations on a planet that eventually I want to control. Right, Midos, have you finished everything you need to do? You have. Marvelous. So an engineering bay and eventually a corvette assembly. In fact, we'll get that in just a moment. There we go. Get both of those going for me, please and thank you.
Planetary surface settlement established.
Oh, fantastic. Wolf has been established. Hooray! Now, we're going to want to rehome some people over there. So let's have a look. We're going to want to move a few of you. Can I actually move someone who hasn't... Can I pop you down there? Yeah, I'm gonna move you. So I'm gonna resettle you over on Wolf. This will allow me to get a lot more populations going. And let's see. Avakis. Is there someone I want to move from here? There's a couple of people that I could afford to move. A robot assembly plant eventually being built here would be great. And since I will be building a robot assembly plant, the thing is, it would be losing something that's very precious to us. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move you. You can move over. Since you're actually going to be bringing me in a decent amount. Resettle you. Oh, that's annoying. I was a bit of a derp there. I needed to confirm the resettlement. My bad. There we are, resettle you. I was hoping that I could just do it all and then go in one go. I was like, that's really cheap, my lord. But alas, no. Not quite as awesome as that. Right, I would like to replace this structure. Well, actually, we're not going to replace it right now. We're just going to build a pop right there. Another Unity jack, please. There we are. Fleet order finished. Very well. Let's pop in what... Did I... who has finished doing what? Exactly? I'm not quite sure. But carry on doing what you're doing and we'll see where things go.
Construction complete.
Thank you. Finish its surface production queue. Fleet order finished. I'm not at all sure what you're talking about. Oh, there we are. We have Alpha Hedri Prime has been settled. Amazing. Okay, so what's this planet going to be called? This planet will be called Cyrilak. I like it. I like it a lot. And the star... Oh, Cyrilak's a very lonely little system, isn't it? The star Alpha Hedri, which shall be renamed... Sorry, what are you going to be renamed? You're going to be renamed Karak. Oh... Again, I'm loving these references. Please keep the references flowing. I approve of them all. It feels cheesy when I use the references, but when someone else suggests it, I'm free. I'm free of that consideration. I can just wallow in the glory of all of these wonderful sci-fi games and TV series. Right, let's actually have a look. 9 pops across 6 worlds. Okay, this is the dominant population. The planet class pop effects. These effects are applied to all populations in your empire. Individual pops may also be affected by individual modifiers on a local level. Growth speed is good. Minerals plus 5%. Alright. Budget. Things are okay. Ship cost is reduced by 15. Ship upkeep minus 10. Building cost. Spaceport. Well, we're doing alright. Advisor. That's fine. I'm happy with my advisor as is. Civics. Start the game. Blah blah blah. Governing ethics. See. What? I don't really think I want to reform the government. I'm not even sure I can reform a Gestalt consciousness. I'm wondering how the Unity Jack will affect things. Like, are they going to have any effect here? Can I have a look at their overall feeling toward me? Let's actually contact them and just see. Arrival, dreaded assimilators. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to have... the Unity. You remind us of the junkyards back on Kuntos. If your junkyards look like us, then that's a prime place for us to invade, to free our brethren, and accept them into the Unity. Also, to free you from the terrible burden of having to make your own decisions. No. We are a kind of benevolent species, and though you insult us, we will not deny you the peace and unity of purpose that is being the Unity. You will be assimilated. It is okay. Don't worry. You haven't burnt any bridges that we can't rebuild better, stronger, faster. Sure. Colossal impact crater. Yes, go and check that out for me, please. Alright, Avakis has finished the construction queue. Very good. Let's get some more Rocinate, I think. Yeah, that'll do. I'm going to more or less fill this up. And then we'll just get more as time goes on. I think it's wise, especially considering we have got a rival who's possibly getting a little bit like, I don't like you guys. It's like, yeah, we don't like you either. Difference is, we can kill you. And hopefully they can't kill us. Actually, on that note, let's go and have a look. We are equivalent. Our fleet power is equivalent. That's very good. It's not even worth looking at practically. Sure, I'm going to contact you, and we would like to trade for more minerals. Having you around is amazing. Oh, really? Oh, it's 2,000. Yes, okay. Yeah, sure, I'll trade a little bit. Not liking that. We might actually have to go to war with you soon.
Technological
Are you
acquisition
surveying?
successful.
Yes, you are. Marvellous. Right, we have got the energy nexus. Marvellous. Now, what's the next thing we're going to get? Wormhole generation rate plus 25% and wormhole range plus 50%. That would be exceedingly useful. Also, having better scanners would be quite nice. Having better power generation. Everything here is useful. Now, point defense. This is a good thing to have. The issue with it is that if we don't encounter someone who has missiles, then there's no point in having it. But if we do encounter someone who has missiles, having to stop whatever we're doing and then spend X many months researching a hard counter to their weapon is dangerous. And again, I was just saying how we might need to go to war soon. So I'm going to research this. We're not going to put any ships into production with it until we see there being a need. If we start fighting someone and I see a lot of missiles coming from them, and I think my fleet can't handle that, I'm going to have that fleet retreat. And it's going to retreat and retreat. We'll use emergency retreat mechanisms to get them back to a spaceport, and I will put into production as quickly as possible a version of my ships with point defense, and then we'll refield the fleet. We're not going to waste resources. Although we are practically infinite, the Unity are Legion. Wasting any of my modules, any of my autonomous units is a dire thing. We're not going to allow that to happen. Also, I would like new spaceports, please, to increase my fleet strength as a general rule. That would be good.
Construction complete.
There we go. Have you finished everything? You have. Marvelous. I could build a couple of basic corvettes. Actually, I'm going to wait on that one. Santis GLaDOS is level 6 now. Excellent. Fully explored. Mining stations, spaceport. Good. Lots of things are doing well right now. On that note, are there any decent areas for us to go and look at? Mitian 3. Oh, Mitian 3, you're very attractive opportunity. Terraforming candidate, well, we can't go there yet, but we've got so many. This one's good. Let's go and have a look at you. Very far away. We would have to, yeah, that would be something dangerous because our empire would be starting to get a little bit spread out there. A little bit spread out. Not something I want to do necessarily. But bringing all of these in under my dominion, that would be nice. This one is nice. 2 worlds there. Let's go and have a look at them. Although neither of them are amazingly big worlds, they have an advantage of being 2. So in total we'd get more tiles, but it would cost us more to properly settle that. Not entirely certain on that one. Let's have a look at Mitian 3 again. Any strategic resources? No. Let's have a look at strategic resources. Are there any? Rubies. And all it has really is 1 strategic resource. And that is... Betharian stone isn't bad. Where are you? It's just outside. It's at least close to our borders, but I really don't want to push my borders against you. I don't want to create any other reason for you to want to destroy us. Frankly, I'm pretty happy without that happening. Though I wouldn't mind popping down something here just so I can grab all of those. There's a lot of areas down there that we haven't actually had a look into. Is that because we can't get there? Yeah, it is. We could put a frontier outpost here. Can I? Or not? Mental maintenance is 3 energy. Costs us 200 minerals. Yeah.
Construction
Can
complete.
we not do that? Massive crater on Rule 6A appears to be the result of a collision with the starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that the ship travelling at full warp round the moon for reasons unknown, roughly 10,000 years ago. The USS Voidwalker has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed warp field. But as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified. That's fine. It looks like I cannot build that out there, which is a bit of an odd one. How about I just
alert.
get you down here?
Expunged.
Move there. And then we'll build it up. Oh, we missed what we just researched. Damn it all. How annoying. I could increase our mineral network. Ooh, that would be nice. Chance to evade would be a little bit better as well. Or we could start looking into composite armor. You know, I'm going to pick up armor simply so I can fill out spots that I'm not using otherwise on our ships. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. Avakis, I would like you to build some more Rocinate. There we are. At this point, our fleet is actually getting quite powerful. I'm fairly happy with that. What are you building at the moment? I could get some science stations there for 270. That wouldn't be at all bad. Sure, go ahead and expand. I'm worrying about that, though. That is not something I'm too happy about. Through hard work and experience, scientist Pyro has developed new skills. Complete. Excellent. Let's go and have a look at those. You have developed... which one did you get? Research speed +5 or research speed rocketry +15? Either way, very nice. But you're currently out and about. Let me go and have a look. Am I researching anything along those lines? No. That's fine then. That is not an issue. Actually, what are my scientists like back here? You've just got research speed. Alright. Oh, it's not terrible, I suppose. Your research speed is up there. We could perhaps get someone in there working there instead. Either way, construction has completed there. We are making those ships super fast, and I am super happy about it. I would like some more destroyers, though, so we're going to save up a little bit for a couple of destroyers, then we'll see what we can do. Can you...
System survey complete.
Oop. The unstoppable tectonic plates of Cyrillac have just violently shifted once again. Reports of the damage to the colony are just starting to arrive. Oh dear. Happiness is down. Oh, that's fine. That oh dear is gone into a nice try game. Right, can we build a frontier outpost space station used to claim uninhabited star systems and expand your borders? It can only be built in orbit around a star. I know. And this is why I want to put it here. Am I just unable to see who owns this star? Is that what's going on? That could well be the case. Oh, no. I should have been reading things. I'm lacking the unity needed. The influence. The recent earthquake, which rocked our colony of Cyrillac, caused no damage and serendipitously has uncovered a batch of useful minerals. Remarkable. I approve. Right, now we can claim this place. Please and thank you. I think.
Technological acquisition successful.
No, we need a little bit more because we're that much further out.
Complete.
There we go. We have unlocked armor. Marvelous. We could now look into getting better torpedoes as well, or more engineering, or even a better spaceport. I think this better spaceport would be good. But let me just have a quick look at my leaders for a moment. Have I got a better leader to send over there? Yes, Erasmus, you would actually be pretty nice in there, I feel. Although you've got better anomaly research, you're a pretty solid pick. So Erasmus, I'm going to have you take over this task. Yeah. Yes. The USS Anonymous is going to need... Where are you? J. Foster, you've got nothing to do. Okay. Where's Anonymous? I need you to take on Eslena. There you are. And J. Foster, have you finished your whole queue down there? There's that one that we could have a look into. Where are my other ships? No, Voidwalker can do the rest. Right. Who was it who needed a ship orbiting it? Just gonna have a look at you. Have you got someone orbiting? No. Yes, you do, actually. Midos, I'm fairly certain you do. Yep, Midos does. And Plumeropolis? Plumeropolis does not. Okay, then. I would like J. Foster to go and assist research there for me. Thank you very much. Right, let's actually have a look at the surface queue. Got enough things building now. We could build this here. Honestly, I don't see much of a reason to build it anywhere else, so sure, we're going to upgrade that, and then once we've got that, we should be able to build the animal refuge there. Over here, you're soon going to have a science station, so let's get that one going. There we go, and we can get a couple of other things upgraded as time goes on. Now, we can upgrade our energy grid to an energy nexus. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Midos, do you have an energy nexus grid? Yes, you do. And we can also upgrade our... let's see, what do we want? We want more science than anything else, so let's get the physics lab on the go. Honestly, I kind of want to get some more units over here for engineering research, frankly. You've already got this set up, so let's build you a science lab. I should have really done that earlier. My bad there. I would like you to swap... well, no. You can stay there. I'll have you swap places, get you down there, and immediately build a basic science lab here. That's a pretty nice location, that one. And by the time that that's all done, I'm going to assume that we're going to have a spare parts depot there, and we can have a uplink node here. You're going to be ready before then. I would like a new Unity to be built here.
Construction
so let's
complete.
allow a little bit of time to pass. Let's have a look here. Point defense is done. Oh, fantastic. Physics labs 2. Or we could go for deflectors. Or barrier point defense. Let's not put too much effort into this for now. I think it would probably be best to wait on that one. Physics labs 2 looks really nice. A close range weapon? Yeah, that would be alright. But deflectors, then I can have an option. Yeah, okay, we're going to get deflectors. Do we have anyone with that particular skill specialization? No, we do not. So you can carry on working there. That is perfectly fine. Plumberopolis? No, it wasn't. It was Wolf, was it? Yes. Okay, we're going to get a Unity jack built down there. There we go. And with that, I think we've done pretty well for ourselves. We've turned the things around
System
on our
survey
fleet
complete.
strength at the very least, which I'm extremely happy to note. I would like
Construction
more
complete.
being built. Ooh. Oh, what a wonderful way to wrap up the episode. Okay. So army damage, seed plant war demand cost, or ship build speed and naval capacity. I think we know which one we're going for. Yes, please, indeed. There we go. Now our ships are going to be built even faster, and I cannot say that that is a bad thing. But the last thing we're going to do is we're going to just dump a couple of minerals into getting a destroyer, and then another Dalkuros 3. There we go. But that's where we're going to end this episode. I do hope you have enjoyed and will be joining me for the next, where, honestly, I'm thinking we might want to try and take a planet from the Irenic Quiverian Confederacy. I'm not sure how strong they are. Let's have a quick look. How strong are you? They are equivalent. Maybe we want to push a little bit harder then. Maybe we want to get a
Complete.
much bigger fleet before we start playing with that. We'll see. But that is all for the next episode. So until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.